Hello there and a pleasant welcome to the local news bulletin file here on Star Television Network, Channel 21. I am Sian Wright. First, the headlines. The Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Brima Michael Toure, has disclosed plans by the World Bank.
Over the years, so we continue to be excited with the World Bank as a very positive partner in education and in several other endeavors of government.
The Executive Director of Shepherd's Hospice, Gabriel Madie, has said there is still a serious and unfolding human rights violation in a small chiefdom called Tyndale in Moyamba district.
Over 400 good people there was that night. Really? Some they hold cutlass, some they hold knife, some they hold stick where they put nail panel, some they hold something like fac.
In a series of engagements with farmers and community leaders in various districts across the country, smallholder commercialization and agribusiness development project through the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security has made a public disclosure for the rehabilitation of 142 kilometers of feeder roads in 6 districts.
They really suffer from that place there. Because we races come, the water they take over all the place in that area there, so they cut off the road.
The House of Parliament has ratified grants and loan agreements in relation to the Freetown Wash and Aquatic Environment Revamping Project.
We will be rehabilitating and expanding 2 existing water treatment plants. We'll rehabilitate 2 booster pumping stations, including the standby capacity.
Those were the headlines. It's now time for the news in detail with me, Sienna Wright. The Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Brima Michael Toure, has disclosed plans by the World Bank to implement a 70 million World Bank project called Focusing Resources on Equity and Excellence, with the overall aim of improving teaching and learning environment as well as reduce cost of school and capacity building. He spoke to Leonora Jarara in this interview when he visited our studio.
Over the years, so we continue to be excited with the World Bank as a very positive partner in education and in several other endeavors of government. But when we look at education, this is a project that is going to complement the free quality education very extensively and in very profound ways, for the simple fact that it captures a whole lot of things that may have been a very serious problem in the free quality education. So focusing resources on equity and excellence, so we call it free project. So free education, and now we have free projects complementing the free education. The amount is 70 million, and the nature of the project is a multi-phased project. So this is the first phase, 4 years. We'll look at what is going to happen and what are the things that must happen first before implementation is what we have undertaken. Part of those things, that is the consultative conferences that we have held in Kenema, where we had Kono, Kailaun coming to Kenema. A whole set of stakeholders, paramount chiefs, local council people, city mayors, local government councillors, officials from the Ministry of Education and other line ministries. You have school management committees, SLTU. Bank is very keen usually on making sure that before a project is implemented, it has a buy-in from all of the stakeholders that are directly impacted by that project. So if there are environmental issues, for example, the World Bank would want to make sure that those issues are addressed before the project is even implemented, or at least we have a way of addressing those issues before the project is implemented to make sure that their projects are in line with the existing laws of the land. And so it's just a policy of the World Bank to make sure that if you're doing something, let it get the support and buy-in from the stakeholders that are responsible or that are going to be the direct beneficiaries. And so that is the reason why we start with the consultative conference, so that people give their own input into how we can mitigate some of the challenging issues that may come up in the process of implementing the project. So we started in Kenema with Kailaun and Kono meeting in Kenema on the 7th, and on the 8th we were in Bo with Moyamba, Pujeong, and Bond meeting in Bo. And so it's all about making sure that we let people understand what the project is going to be focusing on, the things that are going to be actually embarked on, and what would be the responsibility of all the stakeholders in making sure that the project succeeds. Components, we call them. So component 1 will be school improvement programs. So specific schools will be selected, government and government assisted schools. Start with selecting a certain number of schools. And so school improvement programs would be, we look at the school, we look at the challenges, the things that could potentially make that school not actually improve in the quality of education. And so we'll make a decision as to how much we can fund that school in order for that school to be able to improve. Okay, because we have the second component, teacher professional development and management. You cannot run a free quality education effectively without a very solid and potent teaching force. So resources would have to be spent on teacher training, teacher management, teacher development, and all of these things around capacitating the teacher to the point where when he or she stands in front of that classroom, he or she is able to deliver favorably. And so you look at the third component, system administration, governance, and accountability. You look at how to administer schools, heads of schools, what they need to actually provide the kind of administration, the kind of supervision around their institutions. And then, of course, making sure that if a penny is spent, someone is able to account for it.
The executive director of Shepherd's Hospice, Gabriel Madie, has said there's still a serious and unfolding human rights violation in a small chiefdom called Timdale in Moyamba district between the paramount chief Joseph Stephen Solongai and Member of Parliament Mustafa Mustaselu of constituency 095 and the people of Moyamba. Over the weekend, a team of journalists led by the executive director, Shepherd Hospice Gabriel Madie, went on a fact-finding mission to Timdale in Moyamba district. Let's take a look at this story.
The man say, "Ah, we not go lay down, but the man then come." I say, "Okay." I say, "We not go lay down now. All my go lay down, but me, now me all my go down lay down. Me at times at the common ado, I sit on my veranda because I think I'm the youth chairman at the top. I dey observe the station at the top. So I left lay down now. Now other boxers safe everywhere. No wear clothes and no wear shoes. I lay down. Now you one star sports bike pass with full speed. So miss after 1 o'clock now and midnight. For go to 2 o'clock midnight now. All man don't sleep. Now that star sport they pass. Now grab, now pay, now sit down. As I sit down, now pay. You know today, now I hear footstep back in the door. Man they walk out with barefoot now gone. They hold their shoes then and they arm. Me said now come on, now do. As I come on now do, get one sharp torch light. I point her right down by the burying ground side. Now I see crowd pack there. I say Musa, then I this. I had a bunny house. I say Musa, I say Sada, you are with the roots in shop. Now name Sad then. I say now lay down so. I mean they tell you now say. They come. I say, look, the kind crowd we pack here down. Now, this Musa come on, the other Baba Musa there, now himself Canada, one other Musa there, himself now he come on, and himself points light, and he see the people there. I see the group now, the boss. Now the power there, Buhala. Now the power there, now that the man the society, man society.
And they count the power there.
Now they count, yes sir. Now they holla. Where they want to holla. Who side the paramount chief in your side, then who side where the devil holla, and the other one then take them down. And they all come group now, they join together now. They come meet up now. Hey, Papa, they can group was see over 400 people there. Was see that night. Over 400 good people there was see that night.
Really?
Some the whole cutlass, some the whole knife, some the whole stick where they put nail panel, some the whole something like fack. If they far, na iron, small iron, so they the left fire, they set it rubber fire, the left fire, they go right side and go chup. If na ya ichuki, they come on the backyard. They hold them, some they hold go right there. That next day. So now tell me about them. I say, Paddy, yes, this one not to affect business company. I let everybody man over, let all man go na bush, let all man hide. This kind of crowd we kaya. We know all the only thing we go able to do, pass we able identify the people that we come. But for say that we with the front end for do anything that this village here, then the point return. Let everybody man over. So the people they back there. All man go na bush, we run. We give them chance. Now them pull waiting they come for, them go pull the shop, they enter inside. All the market where they inside the shop rest, bag them, that day they tote 2 bag rest, that day they tote oil rubber, that day they tote yabas bag, this they tote zinc, or they go down. Now they go put fire now, but this man house, I think this man house don't lights now, the place clear now, all over the town don't lights. How we can see them now going, the one that will go do the act, we sabi the names them.
Mr. Gabriel Madiai, but a man, not to today, he don't begin from long since. And they call it as a project man. And the whole meeting and the chiefdom, I know they know, not to 3, not to 1, not to 2, 3. And the man that when anytime he can have a chiefdom, there's a threat. Where you go, the chiefdom not can get arrested. Challenging the threatening is so much. I don't complain several times. I don't report and I don't write a letter of complaint to DO, copy PS, the local government minister. They call them and they go there. Any economic country, it creates a problem. They need to go under control. In fact, it always go with the idea say, na in and the chiefdom. If they can't net, they come on and net, na me chiefdom. That report don't go several times. So on Sunday, go hold this meeting, and now we have come a speaker and the PPL for stop that meeting. They say no. They not stop her. What's that invariably try for tell me? If now all people they go to mosque with paramount chief or no, or if they go to church with paramount chief or no, that is statement they will give. I don't stop her. Not even take her. So after the meeting, after they attend the meeting, let the sermons and ready for take the sermons. But there's somebody that is chiefdom. One about sad at them. They don't do it the 4 times this. All the time they try for molest me. How under Sansan, if value pass in primary chief to chief. They don't do it the other time. It go about 6 months or 8 months. But because I'm a young man, if family can't talk to me, I step to come back. But anytime they go to any public gathering, Nama they try to molest me, supported by Gabriel Madiai. I don't get that report to DO LUC. But up to now, for even set up a Gabriel Madiai, I don't see him. Inside all this incitement will go on a Gabriel Madiai. Or if it is by law. If me don't pass me order, stop this meeting. If you stop that meeting, I'm not physical for don't kind of my country. But they ever accept to that. They always feel say in the above the law.
In a series of engagements with farmers and community leaders in various districts across the country, smallholder commercialization and agribusiness development project through the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security has made a public disclosure for the rehabilitation of 142 kilometers of feeder roads in 6 districts. Here is the report.
Challenges them beaucoup because if you watch like I give you an example, if you watch them area, people them like them Bella woman then they really suffer at that place there. If you watch even the school going picking them, they really suffer from that that place there. Because we say where racism come, the water they take over all the place in that area there, so they cut off the road. So people are not get place. You know why I say the people not get road for going to school because the school and the outside the school and the village small distance they. So people are for making them go to school and picking them really they not go able to moment. If heavy rain come, people are not go the beginning not go able cross that water there for going to that place there. And even Bella woman they like we get that labor pain, you want born. If you then take bike man for come Makali inside the PhD now the distance is far and people are really they suffer at that place there.
Mr. Skadeb, communications manager, if actually you look the faces of the people from Agodeba, and you will see they really like one, they know what the Agodeba mean. And this don't add value, and this don't make something that the community will all maybe the escape with. Where in the city they can down the block completely. For them to take one point to attack away some back of you, really pay for 10,000 euros. If you God say that they're moving for me soon, we're really happy and appreciate. We can take ownership now with property, and we're not going to just left so. Maybe the roads expert today that are. But when they tell you, say, who said get for the money to me, they go with the look. When they take the money to the road, we say they go watch.
Good project, like everybody don't say. Very transparent, World Bank project and everything. But then they work with different agencies then on different aspects. When it comes to roads, like the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, and they get the expertise and capacity for handling roads. So Sierra Leone Roads Authority, they support this project and any other project when it comes to the roads part of it. So now the stage road in now soon I will see contractor they can for begin building Makali-Macomb Road. Makali-Macomb Road made in our radar for a long time. We know every road in this country, we know the status of every road in this country. So we know from Tennessee a road we really need attention. But with them project and they come, you just not even choose road say because of this road I make. We get what we call requirements. We get what we call things that we for meet. With SCADEP come, like they say where they introduce them, SCADEP now for see how them farmers and they will get access to them market then to aggregation centers and to the FDOs and etc. So that make that road they qualify for the day inside this project. But it's good for we because we know ourselves know say that road is a very important road. Now
you're still with the local news bulletin file here on Star Television Network channel 21 and on to our next story. The House of Parliament has ratified grants and loan agreements in relation to the Freetown Wash and Aquatic Environment Revamping Project aimed at increasing access to safe water supply and improved sanitation in Sierra Leone. Let's take a look.
Members of Parliament have debated and unanimously ratified its financing agreement geared towards the improvement of water, sanitation and agricultural activities in the country. Presenting the agreement in the Well of Parliament, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Patricia Nyanga-Lavalley, said the project covers the Greater Freetown area and it is aimed at contributing a 15% increase in access to safe water supply and 7% increase in sanitation access and to improve our farmers in Sierra Leone.
This project has 4 components. The first component is on water supply infrastructure improvement. Under this component, we will be rehabilitating and expanding 2 existing water treatment plants. We'll rehabilitate 2 booster pumping stations, including the standby capacity. We'll rehabilitate 7 existing reservoirs. We'll rehabilitate 120 public taps. We would establish 50,000 water meters, improving access to households to safe water supply. Under the second component of this project, we would construct 18 kilometers of water transmission mains. We would construct, as I mentioned, 9 water treatment plants, 7 new reservoirs, and establish 200 kilometers of water distribution pipes throughout the country. 200 kilometers. And of course, the 50,000 water connections. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our government also entered into a subsidiary loan agreement with Guma Water Company, with the understanding that Guma Water Company would repay the loan to the government of Sierra Leone for onward payment to the African Development Bank. The proposed total financing for this project is $174 million.
Contributing to the debate, the Honorable Daniel B. Kuruma of the APC said Goma Valley Water Company is currently operating at a loss because of the huge debts owed by the government.
I would have also proven to you with facts and figures that based on the records of Goma Valley Water Company, this government owes Goma Valley Water Company the largest sum ever. For this 1 year in governance, based on the records of Goma Valley Water Company, this government owes Goma Valley the largest sum. Yeah? Indisputable.
Adding his voice to the debate, the acting leader of the main opposition, APC party, Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kagbo, iterated their party's dedication to the success of the nation.
Have continuously proven to the leadership of this House and to the general public that we are dedicated to the success of this country. Anybody who attempts to undermine our unity and our importance is making a great error. This explains, Mr. Speaker, why whenever we have occasions of this nature, the ratification of very important documents, we stand and support the effort itself.
He referred to the agreement as useful and necessary, cognizant of Sierra Leone being a heavily indebted country, and called for the expansion of Goma to meet its current demand. Making his contribution, the leader of government business, Honorable Sidi Mohamed Tunis, called on all Sierra Leoneans to pay for water and avoid any attempt to politicize it.
It is therefore our responsibility again as members of parliament to ensure that the people of Western area are educated as to why, in fact, they should pay for water. And I really, really hope that when that time comes, where Goma Valley will begin to tax people to pay for water, our colleagues on the other side will not politicize it. Because that has always been a problem. It is very, very important that we begin to treat water as a commodity that has to be paid for. Otherwise, we are going to find ourselves in a situation.
Other members of parliament made their various contributions and unanimously ratified the agreements. In another news, the Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Honorable Fode Yumkela, has updated members of parliament on the status of the proposed dialogue forum dubbed the Bintumani 3 with the theme Democratic Consolidation for Peace and National Cohesion in Sierra Leone. Leonora Jawara, Star Television, Freetown.
That's all we have for you here in our local news bulletin file for the hour on Star Television Network Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. Thanks for watching and do stay with us.